NorthCarolinaWaterman.com. The state's premier website is now on television, showing you all of the coast, all of the time. North Carolina Waterman features real fishermen and real charter boat captains. It is taped live on location. All events shown here are as they actually happened.
Hello and welcome to North Carolina Waterman, the state's premier website, now on television. I'm Bill Hitchcock. We've got a fantastic program for you today. We will be offering you an extended newscast simply because the recreational saltwater license bill has moved on into the Senate. Things are happening with that. We're going to give you all the information up to date on what's going on with the recreational saltwater fishing license bill. Also, we're going up to Core Creek. We're speckled trout fishing with Captain Joe Shute. Then we're heading on down to New River. We're going to go flounder fishing first at the New River Bridge. Then we're scooting on up to French's Creek, and we're going to do some fantastic drum fishing with Eric Powell. Don't go away. There's plenty of North Carolina Waterman when we come back.
This is your NorthCarolinaWaterman.com fishing report. Oregon Inlet, the tuna are almost all in the 50-pound class. Sightings of big schools of dolphin and pilot whales complement the fishing. Cape Hatteras, blue, Spanish pompano, and sea mullet. At Ocracoke, offshore reporting in with dolphin, wahoo, king mackerel, amberjack, triggerfish, black sea bass, and snappers. Cape Lookout offshore, dolphin, king, and triggerfish are still being called towards the Big Ten. Inshore, the Spanish mackerel and bluefish are still being called around the Cape Lookout shoals and down the western beaches. Morehead City, flounder fishing continues. There have been some very good catches of flounder using finger mullet and live shrimp. At Bogue Inlet Pier, Spanish spots, sea mullets, and flounder are still being caught. There continue to be big flounder on the artificial reefs off of Ricefield Beach. The Cape Fear River and Snow's Cut are producing flounder as well. And the Ocean Isle Fishing Center's Jollyamon tournament finished with 4 big kings over 40 pounds. Smaller kings and nice cobia are hot now. For a complete fishing report and more, log onto the internet at NorthCarolinaWaterman.com. A family tradition comes to North Carolina Waterman. 50 years of fishing heritage. It's time to go and catch fish.
Chicken, he's got it. All right.
New Sport Shop, Highway 70 Kinston. Wall-to-wall offshore rods, reels, and tackle. Simply put, everything. If they make it, we've got it. From king mackerel to the mighty marlin, New Sport Shop has it all. Wall-to-wall. New Sport Shop, 50 years of fishing heritage. Stocked with everything made for offshore fishing. Basic Ballyhoo Rigging with Captain Joe Shute, now on DVD. This information-packed video will step you through the basic ways of rigging a small, medium, and horse ballyhoo, even if you've never seen a ballyhoo before. Basic Ballyhoo Rigging with Captain Joe Shute will show you how the offshore professionals do it. This DVD cuts through the fluff and shows you exactly how to rig your baits to catch more fish. On sale now for $19.95. Call 1-800-868-0941 or stop by one of these retail outlets. Captain Joe Shute's Bait and Tackle, Atlantic Beach, Coastal Marine and Sports, Cape Carteret, or Bogue Inlet Pier, Emerald Isle. North Carolina Coastal News, brought to you by NorthCarolinaWaterman.com.
Hello and welcome to North Carolina Coastal News. I'm Bill Hitchcock, and leading off on today's top stories, a final State House vote on a bill establishing a recreational saltwater fishing license was postponed once again on Tuesday. One of the sponsors of the bill, Representative Danny McComas of New Hanover County, requested that the House put off the decision. After Tuesday's House session, McComas said that negotiators have yet to come up to an agreement on including $5 million in the 2004-2005 budget to use as a startup cost for the license program. The bill establishing the fishing license provides the initial appropriation of $5 million from the general fund to be used in setting up the license program. Jerry Schill with the North Carolina Fisheries Association and his group have long opposed the recreational saltwater fishing license bill. And here's why.
Well, the recreational fishing license was first proposed in 1993 or thereabouts at a recreational fishing forum in Raleigh at the McKimmon Center. That fishing forum was sponsored by Sea Grant and the Coastal Conservation Association primarily, and I was there as a guest. And during the deliberations or during the discussions about a recreational fishing license, the then executive director of the Coastal Conservation Association said that they needed a recreational fishing license for power. Now that got my attention, of course. I was in the audience listening, preparing for my remarks to the group on another subject. But when I got up to speak, I said that if the purpose is to get a recreational fishing license, and you're claiming that us folks, meaning the commercial guys, have too much power, and that you need a recreational fishing license to get power, you've just waved a red flag in front of a bull, and that is not very smart politically. And it wasn't. Tactically, it was a very big mistake, and that started our opposition. We had no dog in the fight up to that point. There are good reasons for a recreational fishing license, but to get power certainly isn't one of them. One of the reasons that a recreational fishing license would be good is for the data. And I've said this consistently to the members of the General Assembly in various meetings throughout the years, that we oppose a recreational fishing license. However, if you as a legislator feel that you must vote for a recreational fishing license, do it for the right reasons. Do it for the data. Certainly not to buy into the argument that somebody needs to be vested in a power base. First of all, we don't believe that anyone that needs a voice at the table, that being fisheries management, needs to buy a license to do so. Not in America, for heaven's sakes. But there is a reason to support a fishing license if you want it for data. And if you want it for data, the license needs to be inclusive and not exclusive. In other words, if you want it for the data, it needs to include as many fishermen as possible. For example, all commercial fishermen need to be licensed. Therefore, if there is to be a recreational fishing license, all recreational fishermen need to be licensed as well.
Mike Ward with the Coastal Conservation Association of North Carolina offers this perspective on the proposed recreational saltwater license.
Some people consider a fishing license a tax or an additional fee that goes to the government. However, as I said earlier, right at 80% of recreational fishermen in the 3 polls that were conducted by NC State University agreed that they would be willing to pay $15 a year for a fishing license if the money goes to the resource. Various people have said various things about what the money could be or shouldn't be used for. And what we see in the draft that was presented to us, it appears that the money would go to the resource and be directed by an independent panel to make sure that it does go to the resource and not go to the general fund. Well, CCA is the largest group that represents recreational fishermen. We've championed the passage of a licensing bill for many years. We championed the passing of the Marine Fisheries Reform Act of 1997, which actually calls for the state of North Carolina to have a saltwater license. That has not happened yet, obviously. We feel good from what we've seen in the draft that we saw. It's been some time since we saw a draft, but we felt good about that. We were able to have some input in the early stages. We have not had any input in quite a while, but at the time that we had input and saw the draft, we felt good about what we saw, that the money would go to the resource and provide funds for conserving our marine fisheries. The recreational saltwater license would be similar to what we now have for inshore fishing or inland fishing, Department of Wildlife, in that the money would go to the resource. One of the differences would be that there is another step involved in the 11-person panel or committee that would control the money, but the money still would go to the resource. We feel like the Department of Wildlife has an excellent model. That fund is now generating $400,000 per month in interest and is self-funding for the resource, and we would like to see the same type thing for the marine fisheries resource as we have there.
State biologists say a proposed plan to save flounder stocks in coastal rivers and sounds would bring back declining stocks in 5 to 7 years. But fishermen said Wednesday night that if the state puts that plan in place, there would be no pound net industry left in 5 years to reap the benefits. It's a dying trade, said John Hundle of Beaufort, who sat on the advisory committee that recommended the plan to the North Carolina Marine Fisheries Commission. Aaron Styron of Cedar Island commented that the fishery is already facing lower prices because of the competition from farm-raised flounder from overseas. Aaron Styron went on to say the seafood festival you've got is going to be the North Carolina Imported Seafood Festival. Scientists with the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, will lead a diving expedition off the North Carolina coast August 2nd through the 20th to learn more about a venomous predatory fish called a lionfish, whose population appears to be growing in waters along Florida, North Carolina, and Bermuda. Scientist Paula Whitfield of NOAA's Center for Coastal Fisheries and Habitat Research in Beaufort will lead the diving expedition. The lionfish, a popular aquarium fish known for its brilliant colors, was most likely introduced into the Atlantic waters by releases from these aquariums. This is Bill Hitchcock with the North Carolina Coastal News.
This has been North Carolina Coastal News. For updated news daily, log onto the internet at NorthCarolinaWaterman.com. North Carolina Waterman is brought to you in part by Anheuser-Busch and Atlantic Beverage of New Bern, where they promote responsible drinking and fight alcohol abuse. Responsibility matters. Dudley's Marina is the place for complete boating and fishing supplies. Dudley's has boat hardware, tackle, charter boats, and a large inventory of fresh and frozen bait, including ballyhoo, and we usually have live menhaden, all at excellent prices. Our full-service shop specializes in Mercury outboards, Mercruiser, to Volvo Penta, and anything in between. We have in and out dry storage, transit dockage, and competitive prices on dockside fuel for boats of any size. That's Dudley's Marina, Highway 24 or Marker 46A in Swansboro.
Join us aboard the Diamond City Cruise Boat for an incredible dinner cruise experience. There's our Shrimperoo cruise with a sumptuous seafood buffet, the 3-hour ultimate tour, lunch included, and of course, wedding charters, rehearsal dinners, and corporate events. The Diamond City Cruise Boat, located on the beautiful Morehead City waterfront. Call us at 728-2527 for information and schedules, or visit us on the web at mysteryboattours.com.
Fishing rod.
Boat Inlet Pier. It doesn't get any better than this.
Honey, did you remember to sign up for Sea-Tow?
Yes, dear, I sure did.
Oh, that's good, because the boat won't start.
Sea-Tow, your road service at sea. Standing by 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for you with licensed, trained professional captains. A Sea-Tow membership offers you free towing, jump starts, fuel drops, prop disentanglements, and so much more. Assisting is better than towing, and Sea-Tow has the highest percentage of restarts than anyone else. Call Sea-Tow now at 1-877-2-SEA-TOW and get 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week protection. Sea-Tow, your road service at sea. This week's tournaments include the Captain Fanny's Billfish Tournament, July 22nd through 24th at the Beaufort Town Docks in Beaufort. Call 252-726-4423. And the Dare County Boat Builders Challenge, July 24th and 25th at Pirates Cove in Manio. Call 252-473-3610. And the King of the Cape Classic at the Dock Box in Southport. Call 910-278-4575 for more information.
This is not what I'm after. A small what I'm after, maybe, but not what I'm after. Swims like a very fast pinfish. Looks like a little trout there. I got a little speckled trout. He's legal, but we're going to throw him back. Let him get a little bigger. Caught him on a... Oops, there he goes. Well, didn't mean to release him that quick, but we did. He's fine. Got him on. Y'all need to come over here and fish where I'm at. Quit fishing over there in the oyster shells, and you can fish over here where the trout are. That one there is a little bigger. He's talking to us. That's about 14, 15 inches. I think we'll put him in there to go towards lunch. You're doing better.
Hey, I caught something that's
You're doing
breathing.
better. It's not a shell. Okay, we're fishing with live shrimp today for speckled trout. We're using a Hank Brown hookup lure here. It's a boxing glove style jig. It works real well with live bait or dead bait. It keeps them from spinning, and the hook always rides up. The way we rig this, we take the point of the hook. It's got 2 dark spots on top of his shell right here, right underneath his horn. Take this and run it right up through the bottom of his head, right in front of that first dark spot, and right in the middle of that horn, just like that. and that keeps him alive, and he bounces them around, and you can cast them out and bring it back just like a jig if you want to, or let the current sweep it around. But it works extremely well on live shrimp, finger mullet, mud minnows, strip baits, just about anything you want to use. And we're going to see if we can't catch a speckled trout right now. And here's big enough maybe for the cooler. Yes. Ooh, hung right in the side of the mouth. Those hookup jigs work good. All right. Oh, he's taking drag. Let me get the net. Oh, Cliff got the net. Okay. Nice one. Nice speckled trout. Oh, hold on right there a minute. Let Cliff get the net. Oh, I'll get the net. Let's see if we can't lose him before we get him in there. There we go. That's a keeper.
Cool.
Pretty fish. Pretty fish. Pretty fish.
Pretty.
Pretty.
Look at that.
Look at those spots.
Look down the cooler.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, folks. How are you?
Animal activist. Here, I'll switch with you. That one there's got a scrimps on it. It was bouncing, but it ain't.
Aren't you being
Good.
good?
Here, that's what you've been looking for. Speckledy trouts.
That's a nice one, too.
I know, he's shaking that head. Okay, we'll just...
Ooh, this is a nice one.
Surfer trout.
He's coming your way. I think he got tired.
I think he got tired. He's still a decent fish.
Yeah.
All right.
Boy, that is a nice
That is a nice one. Pretty trout. Pretty speckled trout. Look there, hung right in the corner of the mouth of that hookup
Just
jig.
like he's supposed to.
Yeah, nice one.
That does make the fight that much better. Well,
Nice fish. A big trout, one or two. Black drum.
He's a
I
big
see a
one,
black
too.
drum. Yeah. Now you caught that last time you were here.
Nice
that's a
one.
right nice one.
Yeah.
He is a nice one. Look at that one. Woo!
Oh, what a pretty fish.
He's a big one.
Pretty drum.
This way.
Good going.
Pretty Mr. Drum.
He doesn't like the net.
No, he doesn't like it. He's gonna like it less when he gets in it. Well, if he gets in it. He knows what a net is. Ooh. He knows what a net is.
All right, let's try this one
more time.
One swim by here.
He's still not quite worn out. There we go.
That's a nice one.
Nice black drum. This was a little bigger than the last one you caught
Mm-hmm.
last time you were here.
Not much on those trout, but I can do these.
You can get the drums. Well, I'll tell you what. Listen to him. Listen to him. He's drumming real good. He was. He's kind of upset. I can't really blame him. He's not drumming now.
We're gonna let that little thing go.
Yeah. Nice little 4 or 5 pounder. Yeah.
A lot of fun.
There he goes.
Listen to him.
Drumming. Listen to him. Drumming away. Come on, you. Every time I ask you to talk, you quit. Nope. Listen to that.
That's neat. I've never
Yeah.
done
That's why they call him a drum.
The Real Outdoors in Emerald Isle, so big, so complete. The Real Outdoors carries all the reels you want. Rods, we've got them, all of them. And of course, we have a complete selection of fishing lines. Need it fixed? We do that too. We have all your outdoor clothing, marine supplies, soft plastics, artificial lures, natural baits, and terminal tackle. And yes, we even have a complete deli to satisfy everyone. So stop by the Real Outdoors in Emerald Isle, so big, so complete, there is no need to stop anywhere else. Under the watchful eye of the Cape Lookout Lighthouse comes a boat that is as beautiful, tough, and practical as its Downey's heritage. Pro Marine's Intruder Boats. Each Intruder boat is handmade and customized to your specifications and will outlast and outperform any competition with performance that continues to impress the boating experts. skimming shallow waters or tackling rough waters, Intruder boats are built with you in mind. Call Intruder Boats now at 252-728-6910 for options, pricing, or demonstration. For a complete listing of tide times along the Carolina coast, go online to NorthCarolinaWaterman.com.
Got him on. How's it feel? You see that log over there?
That's where he's headed. That's where they always said, it seems like. No, take off over there, Ricky.
Where?
Just right over that way. Where I fish this from.
Would be a double would be nice.
Yeah, it would. This fish is going out here in the middle of the bay now.
Hey. I don't believe it is.
Bill and walk back in the.
Well, hurry up with George, because I got him on.
That's a redfish.
Is it?
Yep. You got one on?
Right here. You got. I don't know what this is.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gorgeous red.
We'll take him, dude. Purdy. Take your load. Well, they ain't got enough spots on them to be trout, but
That'll do.
yeah. Yes, sir. It's pretty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pretty fish. Pretty fish.
Pretty red.
May I have another?
Look at the spots on his tail. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's let him. All right. Good. Let's see if we can catch another one. Come on,
That one jumped right on it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He was screaming.
Right there again. I'm like, he's playing with me. He's gonna be like that. Let me help him out. So. See him? Alligator right straight ahead, right off the point. Straight ahead, probably a 6-footer. Maybe he'll stir some fish up. He's looking for lunch. Eric, jump in and demonstrate how to
How to wrestle an alligator.
proper way to fight off a gator.
Got your top water plug on.
Well, we're right off of Camp Lejeune, actually French's Creek, as the locals know it as. Just fishing around the marsh, 2 foot of water probably. Muddy bottom, stumps. Just waiting for the big red drum to take this shrimp. We're fishing the easy way for them today. There it goes. Oh, nice. Oh.
Whoa!
Woo!
Did he spit it back at you?
straight at me or straight at Bill.
That's nice.
I ain't got time for the net. You better get it there quick.
Right there.
No, right there. See what kind of dental plan he's got. We'll see him next time.
No one delivers more performance than a Suzuki outboard motor, and no one provides better sales and service than Coastal Marine and Sports Cape Carteret. We specialize in the more reliable, more powerful line of Suzuki engines, but that's not all. We feature a huge inventory of fishing tackle, from rods and reels to lures and baits. Coastal Marine boasts a fine line of nautical clothing and gifts, marine hardware, and expert service. Plus, we're the exclusive local distributor of the exciting Coastal Skiff. So before you head for the water, stop by Coastal Marine and Sports Highway 58, Cape Carteret.
NorthCarolinaWaterman.com. What do over 100,000 people from 50 different countries have in common each month? NorthCarolinaWaterman.com. NorthCarolinaWaterman.com. All the coast, all of the time. NorthCarolinaWaterman.com. Updated daily. Fishing news, fishing reports, current weather, message boards, the chat room. NorthCarolinaWaterman.com. Live VHF and weather radio, tide tables, nautical charts, and you can watch the TV show online only at NorthCarolinaWaterman.com.
Well, I certainly hope you've enjoyed this week's edition of North Carolina Waterman, the state's premier website, now on television. I'm Bill Hitchcock. Can you hear that? That's the sound of freedom. That is a jet engine, actually from a Harrier, because behind us is the Bogue Auxiliary Landing Field. It's an offshoot of Cherry Point in Havelock, where the Marines come on down and do some practicing. Fantastic, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's edition. I'm Bill Hitchcock. We'll see you next time.
Hitchcock Broadcasting. 20 years of television and film success.